Now at 6, kids in Joplin head back to school. We'll visit Soaring Heights Elementary School to check out the first day excitement. Plus, some Kansans unite to bring awareness to the dangers of fentanyl poisoning, including one mother on a personal mission. And Jasper County, Missouri looks to provide better internet access across rural areas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Today's the first day of school for many students across the area, including in Joplin. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins was at Soaring Heights Elementary School this morning as classes got underway.
The first day of school can be hectic, especially when meeting teachers and new friends. However, one fifth grader at Soaring Heights say the first day also means first impressions.
What's going to be different is that I'm going to make everybody say that, who's that kid, or who's that kid.
While EJ is focused on being that guy at school, his dad is proud to watch his confidence grow.
The only reason my dad was excited because he wanted to see how I look in the mirror whenever I put on my clothes and how I look.
EJ is now a fifth grader, and that means he's a role model for younger students. He wants to take the fifth grade to the next level.
That fourth grade last year was the best, and I was in fourth grade last year, and so I was part of that. And now we want to make fifth grade the next level, and then keep going and keep going.
So when the students enter the building, it kind of feels like the reward that we have someone who we actually get to share all this knowledge and all this planning, and we've worked so hard to connect and figure out ways to help them grow.
Although this is the first day of school, teachers are already cementing this year's motto.
Our motto for our staff and what we're going to tell our students is rise up and move forward, and we have a lot of cool ideas to songs, cool themes, but that's kind of what we're going to say to each other day in and day out is rise up and move forward together.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The principal of Soaring Heights Elementary says they have several goals this year. One, they're focusing on improving attendance. This first day of school was a hot one and felt even hotter. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane.
That's right, Dow. In fact, Miami set a special record today, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But temperatures this afternoon, very, very, very hot, of course. Southeastern Kansas, especially with highs in the low 100s. Right now, still 103 in Howard and Fredonia, as well as Sedan, 99 in Miami, 97 in Nevada. A little bit cooler off to the east, where Monette is certainly currently sitting at 95. We're going to see temperatures dropping through the 90s into the 80s to about 76 degrees by tomorrow morning. We're hoping that some moisture from the tropics along the Gulf of Mexico will start to spread up in our area and give us a little bit of clouds, helping ease temperatures just a little bit. But looking down the lane, the heat wave continues. Low rain chances as we head towards next weekend. Cooler weather is ahead, and that also means the drought is worsening, unfortunately, and I have more details on that in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Today is National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day. Law enforcement, the Kansas congressional delegation, and community partners are uniting to bring awareness of fentanyl dangers to the state. One mother in Pittsburgh, Kyle Campidi, lost her son, Cooper, to a fentanyl poisoning in April. She's using today to spread awareness to help save lives and honor her son.
I don't want other people to have to do this. You know, I want my husband, who's a special agent for the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, has spent his entire adult career of 20 plus years fighting the war on drugs. And he feels like he lost that battle.
Campaign is #OnePillCanKill. The initiative will continue all week, sharing resources and information about that deadly drug. The Kansas Highway Patrol says they've identified this vehicle and the driver they say were involved in a fatal hit and run in Galena Saturday night. The crash happened around 11:30 p.m. Saturday on State Highway 66 at milepost 2.9 on the western edge of Galena. Authorities say it involved that truck and a pedestrian. This man, 60-year-old Gary LaTurner of Galena. LaTurner was killed in that crash. No word yet on whether the driver has been arrested. Piece of Southwest Missouri history has a new owner. The historic Reddings Mill Inn hit the auction block in Newton County, Missouri. Built back in 1872, the inn traded hands a few times over the years before ending up with its current owner, who's also a former owner. The final bid for that Reddings Mill Inn, $380,000. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announces the capacity for child care in the state has increased by almost 7,000 since 2022. This expansion includes licensed daycare homes, group daycare homes, preschools, child care centers, and school age and drop-in programs. Earlier this summer, Governor Kelly announced funding awards to 52 statewide organizations to create new, sustainable, high-quality licensed child care slots all across the state. Provider applications have also increased by 430% in less than a year. A nearly $500,000 grant, coupled with a $500,000 loan, will help provide high-speed internet in more of southeast Kansas. The plan will connect 228 people, 6 businesses, and 39 farms in Labette and Montgomery counties. Wave Wireless will make high-speed internet affordable through participation in the Federal Communication Commission's Affordability Connectivity Program. The program aims to serve socially vulnerable communities, which are most rural, remote, and underserved communities. And in Missouri, Jasper County launches an initiative to better understand internet broadband gaps. The results will help the county develop a strategy to improve internet access and connectivity for its residents, businesses, farms, and institutions. The organizers say a critical component of the study is public input, so the County Commission is asking for the public's help to spread the word. If you'd like to participate in the study, head over to KOAMnewsnow.com, where we've provided links for businesses or residents. Coming up, what the Kansas Department of Revenue says about an online search of a state website that led to the raid of a Kansas newspaper. Plus, John's going to have a preview of Riverton's upcoming football season and the Rams' drive for success. A Kansas Department of Revenue spokesperson says the initial online search of a state website that led a Central Kansas police chief to raid a local weekly newspaper was legal. The spokesperson today says it is legal to access the agency's driver's license database using information obtained independently. 3 affidavits detailing the reasons the Marion police gave for requesting the search warrants for the county's newspaper have been released. As you remember, the police raided the Marion County Record just over a week ago and confiscated computers, personal cell phones, and a router. Reporter Haley Tucker has more.
In newly released documents, we're learning more about why Marion police searched and seized property from the Marion County Record in 2 homes. In details we already knew, the Marion Police Chief Gideon Cody says he was investigating the identity theft and unlawful acts concerning computers in regards to local business owner Carrie Newell. Here's how it started. A source sent the paper Newell's driving record showing a DUI arrest. Newell was facing a city council vote for approval of a liquor license. The source alleged she didn't have a driver's license due to the DUI arrest, which state law says you must have to obtain a liquor license. The attorney says a reporter for the paper did try to verify that information using public information websites. The paper says it wasn't going to report on it, but the editor sent the information to Chief Cody. In the affidavits, Chief Cody states the reporter misrepresented herself to access and download the information. The attorney says what the reporter did was legal under state and U.S. law. He goes on to say, quote, "As I have said numerous times in the last week, it is not a crime in America to be a reporter." These affidavits prove that the only so-called crime Chief Cody was investigating was being a reporter.
Again, a Kansas Department of Revenue spokesperson today confirmed that the initial online search of a state website was indeed legal. A little bit later, the Lady Lions basketball team gets to tip off the season with some brand new locker room renovations.
And we're tracking the heat dome across the 4 states, and we have some relief in sight. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. Well, folks, it was another scorcher across the 4 states. In fact, Miami set a new state record in Oklahoma for the hottest heat index ever recorded at 126. That's what it felt like today. And not too far away, we are looking at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort in Seneca, Missouri. Just a hot, blistering day with just a few cumulus clouds out there, not really helping out with the temperatures all that much. 100 is what we made it up to in Joplin after starting out at 75. We were only 2 degrees away from the record set back 20 years ago. And of course, we're way behind on the rainfall. And this summer so far, we've had 5 days this month of 100 plus, 5 days last month, and 2 days in June. So we are going to be adding to that total as we go through the week. We are under an excessive heat warning for southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, really the whole entire area for several more days. And temperatures right now are still very toasty out there. 103 in Neodesha, 102 in Yates Center, 101 in Nowata, 99 in Miami. What made that heat index so high was the dew point was in the lower 80s, and that's what helped set the record. 96 in Stockton, 95 currently in Monette. Dew points, like I said, they are up there in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and that is just brutal on the dew point index. Basically soupy. You can almost cut the air with a knife out there, and that's what's adding to the heat index problems. Here's the current heat index: 125 in Grove, 122 in Jay, 121 in Commerce, 117 in Stockton, and 114 over there in Fort Scott. And tomorrow, it's going to be about the same. Temperatures feeling like in the 1-teens across the area. And then as we go into Wednesday, again, more heat and feeling like it's going to be 113 in Baxter Springs and in Fort Scott, 116 in Nevada, as those dew points are still up there. And then finally on Thursday, it cools just a little bit as some cloudiness will start to move into the area. But rain chances are going to remain low over the next 36 hours. And it's all because of this ridge of high pressure. This is the thing that's causing the heat wave. And look at how large it is. It's going to be basically staying put for the next day or so, but then it's going to track to the west. And when it does, that's going to allow energy to drop in from the north and west, increasing our rain chances as well as dropping our temperatures to more normal levels for this time of year. Temperatures tonight are going to be in the mid-70s across the region. And then in the afternoon, again, temperatures at or above 100. And then as we go into Wednesday morning, we'll see lows once again in the mid-70s with a few more clouds. And then as we head into Wednesday afternoon, partly cloudy with highs again right around 100 degrees. And then Thursday morning, lows in the mid-70s once again. Over the next 7 days, here's the forecast. It stays hot right on through Friday, alert days in effect. And then finally, Dow, on Saturday and Sunday, we have cooler weather and chances of showers. Not a big chance, but at least we're going to get closer to normal with temperatures in the upper 80s and lows in the 60s.
Doesn't normal sound nice right now?
It sure does.
Boy, these temperatures, they're bad enough as it is. You
Yeah.
have to factor in the humidity, the heat index, and my goodness.
Like you said earlier, it's like watching the steam come up out of the ground.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thanks, Sam. Still ahead, Missouri Southern women's basketball gets a nice surprise on its first day of classes. And a former Pitt State track star represents Team USA this afternoon. John Dale is going to have those stories and more for us coming up.
Cordell Tinch has been representing Pittsburgh State very well this summer. The former Gorilla track and field star set a collegiate record earlier this summer in the 110-meter hurdles before representing Team USA at the Outdoor World Championships in Budapest this weekend. Now, unfortunately, Tinch's run with Team USA this summer comes to an end before the finals of the event. He was just outside of the top 8 fastest times that are headed to the finals this evening after finishing in 13.31 seconds during the semifinals. Now, we'll show you a breakdown of all of his times this summer leading up to this point in Budapest this afternoon. First, you'll see how things finished, 13.31, nearly half a second slower than his fastest time back in June at Arkansas, where he set a facility record of 12.96. He qualified for Team USA with a 13.07 at the U.S. Championships. Now, either of those two times, 12.96 or 13.07, would have been good enough to get into the event finals tonight. In fact, it would have been good enough to get first or second because the first place finisher in the finals, Grant Holloway from the U.S., he went on to win with an identical 12.96 to become a world champion. Now, as Missouri Southern students had their first day of classes today, Lions women's basketball team got a nice surprise, a first look at their new home locker room. The Lions put the new locker room together thanks to the financial support from Brad and Anita Oplotnik. Anita, of course, a member of the MSSU Athletics Hall of Fame and former player on the Lions women's hoops team. This year's squad getting closer and closer to beginning its season. The 2023 Lions start off with an exhibition on November 1st, then officially get things going against Harding on November 10th. Pitt State football in the news over the weekend as well. D2Football.com releases its annual Elite 100 watch list, highlighting 100 of the top college football players in the country at the D2 level. 3 Pitt State players make the list. O-lineman Trace Jeffries, tight end Devin Garrison, and linebacker Dubem Okonkwo. Now, Garrison's the only member out of those 3 in the first team. The other 2 on the second team. Jeffries entering his 6th and final year of college football as a captain for the Gorillas in 2023. Garrison, he's a senior, caught 7 touchdowns and 614 yards last season. And Okonkwo, redshirt junior, who had 39 tackles, 10.5 sacks last year. And playing a sport like football, it takes a toll on your body no matter the weather. But with oppressive 100-degree heat added to the mix, creates a whole nother monster. That's why Riverton postponed its football practice to this evening. Rams will be under the lights on the practice field at 8 p.m. KOAM will be there as well. So tune in tonight, 10 o'clock, for a season preview on the Rams. They're coming off a 1-8 record in 2022. Things really are never easy playing in the CNC like they do, so their schedule will be as tough as ever this season. Rams do return several starters on both sides of the ball, though, so to hear how they're beating the Heat and prepping for the 2023 season, again, tune in tonight, 9 on Fox 14 and 10 o'clock right here on KOAM. Back to Cordell Tinch, though. Obviously disappointing, I'm sure, for him the way that it turned out, because he was running times earlier this year that maybe he would take home first place in the finals. But really, like I said, he put Pittsburgh on the map.
For sure, and maybe he'll have another chance to get on that USA.
Yeah, I think so.
To the point. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have more of the efforts of local law enforcement to raise awareness of the dangers of fentanyl. Plus, we're going to hear from the family of that Galena man who was killed in a hit and run over the weekend. And experts give advice to help calm fears about crises at schools. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. All right, look at this. Bright's Zoo in Limestone, Tennessee is a brand new resident, a rare solid brown giraffe. Experts believe the baby giraffe is the only solid-colored reticulated giraffe living anywhere on the planet. Zoo officials say the new addition is thriving under her mother's care, and they're asking the public to weigh in on a name for the unique giraffe. The final 4 names and their meaning are Kepeki, meaning unique, Feryali, meaning unusual or extraordinary, Shakiri, she is most beautiful, and Jamela, one of great beauty. It certainly fits all those descriptions, but my goodness, unique.
No
it is unique by definition, yes. Only one on the planet.
Wow, very unique. We have unique temperatures, that's for sure, for this time of year. Over 100 degrees all the way until Friday, and then showers on Saturday and Sunday, and then cooler, back to normal. Whatever normal is here in the 4 states next week.
Highs in the 80s sound really nice, don't you think?
Yeah.
And it's amazing that the heat index in Miami, Oklahoma.
All-time state record.
All-time state record.
Yep.
Final sports note.
We'll hear from Riverton tonight at 10. It's exciting because that's a team that's really looking to turn things around. This is the point in the year where you turn things around, the offseason.
They're practicing tonight on the theory that it's going to be a bit cooler than it would have been this morning. Maybe a bit. We'll see you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.